Speta here with our meteorologist, Lee Southwick.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Well, my teeth are blue.
We just noticed that just now. I promise I did not make that on purpose.
That's really funny.
I'm gonna get Lee. She's having a
I mean, like a
blue
slushy. Oh yes. I mean, it's too cold for that today. It's chilly out there.
Yeah, the imagery here. I mean, you can have sunny and cold weather, but it does give you warmer vibes here. Not the case.
It's because of the clouds. It's like warmer weather clouds looking like a bit.
Yeah, but it's chilly all across the East Coast.
It is.
I mean, we've been seeing some pretty decent snowfall across the Northeast, and we're going to get to that in just 1 second. This is what we got coming up in the next 30 minutes here of Weather Watchers Worldwide. This is our new little, kind of show we're trying to put together here for you all. Try to make it interactive, so if you ever have any questions or anything like that, you can always send it our way. We're going to take a quick look at that local forecast, talk a little bit about that snowfall we were just saying there, weather around the world, and also a bit of a history lesson on a founding father. She's going to have a little bit about that. Lee, you just did a school visit today on that, right?
I did. It's amazing. I did the school talk for 5th and 6th graders, and it's stuff that even adults don't know or realize. So we're gonna go over all that Ben Franklin did. Many people know about the kite experiment with the lightning and the key, but there's so much more that he did to help forecasters and weather.
That's a tease right there. So let's stick around for that. I thought it was really interesting. You kept telling me some of the stuff going on out there with him. Let's talk about our forecast. So we got high pressure today. Chilly blanket. Do you have the heater running this morning?
Oh yeah, my heated blanket, my heater, like my long sleeves. Yeah, you know I don't do cold. I don't like it.
Well, if you were up north,
there's a reason I am not up north.
In fact, I want to show you some video out of West Virginia. Now, we always have the snow, and we don't like the traffic. We don't like the kind of messy roadways. But we do have this video out of West Virginia where, please you can do this.
Yeah, that's fun for a day.
A little sledding. I mean, we had snow in the southeast last year, so you kind of get cold around the sledding stuff the day there, right?
Yeah, they but it's fun. Like I said, it's fun for 340 days.
I like it. Yeah. This was happening in Florida. Plus, there wouldn't be cars driving on there.
I hope not.
But yeah, this is part of that same weather we're talking about here. So was the snow wave loss last year? Was that the most?
No, I mean I've traveled. So
that
I think
makes
the most of the snow I ever saw, I was up in the mountains, and I got but it was so fun for that one time.
Like, this is cool.
Absolutely not.
All right, let's go back to our graphics here. So we're talking about, the cooler air, and we got temperatures though across the southeast, 50s to 60s. Forecast here on our Wednesday for the Jacksonville area up to like 67 degrees. Have you been out to deck the chairs yet here, Lee?
So we drove through briefly. We were coming back from Nights of Lights and realized we wanted to see it, but it was late, and so we kind of drove through to glance, but with plans to go back and walk through.
I'll put you on the spot. Are you a Nights of Lights fan? Deck the chairs? Or are you just like maybe the Gervin, the Black Hawk Bluff lights?
All of the above. I just love all the festive stuff. But I will say we make more of a night out of Nights of Lights, like the dinner reservation, all that stuff.
You kind of have to.
Yeah,
if you're going through the trouble of getting into it.
Like going to the Black Hawk one, making the hot chocolate ahead of time and stuff. That's nice too. So the one we're talking about is off of Gervin Road, Black Hawk Bluff. You could drive through. It's a free event. That one's great if you just put the windows down on a nice warm night and just or even a cold night, but you blast the heat, have
there
hot
you go,
chocolate,
yes.
And you're good.
That one reminds me more of like the like a National Lampoon's Christmas.
Yeah.
All the lights. St. Augustine's classy. Deck the Chairs is Florida.
Oh, I love it. I really love all of them. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
I like Deck the Chairs. I like the environment and everything, but I do like Black Hawk Bluff, although that is only like a 2-minute drive from my house. So it's like, it's right there.
Real easy for you to just zip over.
At least the weather the next few days looking pretty good out there, though. You want to talk about our forecast for the upcoming week here?
Okay. Sure.
I think it's high pressure and sunshine and looking pretty good.
There's not a whole lot to really digest. But so I will say, by last weekend, like I worked the weekend, you worked the weekend, we were going with much cooler temperatures for the weekend. Now it's a totally different weekend forecast because originally we were watching for a front to come through. Looks like that front's going to get hung up to our north and not move through. And so therefore we're talking dry. We're talking warmer, 70s for the weekend.
Let's see what the Jags games looks like here.
So different than the last Jags game. Like, how do you get more different than, I guess, 60s, but it felt even a little bit cooler when you're getting just soaked out there the whole time and gray and dreary. Now we got some sunshine, 70s. This is what, I know last week I heard so much about this is football weather. Yeah. But I think that is Florida weather. Florida football weather.
This is football weather. Yeah, if you're like in Detroit.
Right. And some people like that, but like that's my Jags forecast.
This is perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's sunshine. Like you can still jump in those upper deck pools if you want. I probably wouldn't, but
people were in them last weekend.
Hey, if First Coast News bought like the whole booth out and then they said you guys can go sit up there, I'm going in that pool.
I think you got to.
It's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, you're right. Though I'm sure there's so many germs in that pool.
Plus, I would be afraid I would just press my belly up against the glass.
And then you get taken on the big screen.
You're like, oh, weather guy, no. Anyways, put that image in your head. So let's talk. So you mentioned this front, moving on. You mentioned this front moving through like Sunday night into Monday, and that's when we're going to have another chilly blast of air. And here's sorry,
I was just about to say, so once again, the drastic drop in temperatures on the way.
Yeah, back into the 30s by next Monday and the Tuesday. Could have some freeze warnings maybe then there again.
Yeah, and also, as we mentioned this morning, was cold, and Friday morning also cold because a dry front is moving through tomorrow. And or tonight, and within this time period, going to move through. That cooler air is going to rush in. So it's Friday morning once again, temperatures down to the 30s, and we'll have to watch out for frost and maybe some freezes for far inland, southeast Georgia. And then, like you said, watching it again by next Tuesday morning.
Well, I got something to warm you up.
Okay.
We're going to talk about maybe some hot lava and stuff like that.
Cool.
Coming up after the break.
That's
I don't know how to
transition. Worldwide weather coming up after this.
That's it.
Cut the cord, get the app, stream free. Download the First Coast News Plus app, your trusted source for news, your weather, all your sports, and so much more on your time. Yeah, your schedule. Get your most accurate forecast, your weather impact alerts, extended breaking news coverage, and exclusive specials at a time that is convenient to you and your family. Download First Coast News Plus and watch for free right now.
I knew I needed physical therapy to be able to get back to doing the things I want to do, specifically golf.
Throughout Brooks Rehabilitation, with the 50 plus locations we have, we see people with many injuries across the board. We're really looking to individualize a treatment plan and create goals together. That way they can get back to the sport or activity they love to do.
I would definitely recommend Brooks to anyone who needs physical therapy. It enabled me to get back on the golf course to do what I want to do.
Nothing breeds competition and camaraderie in a community like sports. It gets your adrenaline up. Sports has a unique way of bringing people together. Your First Coast sports team understands that. We go beyond the X's and O's and to the heart of the game, where wins don't always make winners and the L's don't necessarily make losers, and where the highlights sometimes mean more than the trophy. Is where the real stories are told.
Sports Finals sponsored by Farrah and Farrah, Sunday nights at 11:30 and streaming on First Coast News Plus.
Hey, welcome back. So, let's go to Hawaii naturally.
Please, like right now, can we really go to
Yes.
Hawaii?
I mean, what was like 2 weeks ago? I had some video out of Hawaii where we were talking about snow.
Oh, yes.
On top of the observation points on top of Hawaii. Today, Lee, I got a little treat for you here, and that is this volcano eruption in Kilauea.
Wow.
Right?
It's a big one.
It got estimated 500 feet up in the air here.
Oh, how cool to see that.
Oh,
You know, there's those people that go up to those observation decks and watch. Imagine if that happened while you were there watching.
It's
so cool.
Super cool. Specifically in this instance, the camera actually got hit by some of the lava and broke. The USGS camera here.
Yeah, because look at all that debris raining down there on the side.
Oh.
Whoa.
Here it comes right here. See? Oh my gosh.
That is so cool.
Whoa.
It's still coming. You think you're safe? No, you're not.
Well, this is why there is nobody there. Mm-hmm. But I do know, like, those people that do go up hiking on these. I've been to a volcano before where there was an observation deck at a safe distance and it exploded. It's just the power of Mother Nature here. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I've probably asked you this before. Have you ever seen a volcanic eruption?
So I've been to this volcano, and it was just like, you know, where it's bubbling and steaming, and you can see the glow.
That's close. That's more than most people.
So not like
I didn't know you
blast.
actually been to this specific one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've been
So you would
twice.
know how close can you get to the observation, like at the observation place, how close can you get?
I don't remember how, like, the exact
Is it like
distance.
a mile
That's
or
what I
2
was
miles?
gonna guess like a mile or more.
Like, could you throw a ball and it'll hit
Because this isn't a super, like, it's the type of volcano that doesn't have like these massive eruptions, so
Yeah.
you're allowed to get a little bit closer. But so daytime, you needed to look through like the binocular things, but obviously at nighttime it's like perfect and glowing, and like you can see
Wow.
the little bubbles and stuff. But yeah, I
Dude,
studied
so you
abroad.
didn't see this?
I didn't see that. No, that's a real bummer because I literally studied abroad. Part of it was in Hawaii. Whoop, there it goes. Bye, camera. For this, to study like geology, volcanoes, and so that would have been a great learning experience, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's the thing about a meteorologist. And we do the weather, but a lot of times they expect us to understand more than just the weather.
We are the station scientists in that way. Anything to do with geology, geography, atmospheric science, oceanography, like all that good stuff.
That's something Lee and I got in common. We both worked in Australia for a bit. Oh, you studied in Australia?
I studied, didn't work.
Actually seen volcanic eruptions. Oh my goodness. And have you ever been through an earthquake?
No, that's on my bucket list. So then part of that study abroad was in New Zealand, and I was like, this is it. This is my chance. I'm going to feel an earthquake.
No.
Nothing.
Because
I have a bucket list, obviously, as a weather nerd
Yeah.
and a meteorologist, to experience like every sort of natural disaster at least once in some way, because I feel like if I'm going to talk about it, I need to have that personal experience. And so I wanted, obviously not a big devastating earthquake, but just to know what it felt like so I could just have that knowledge when I talk about it.
I understand that, because it's hard to tell somebody how to prepare, what it feels like for something,
right,
if you haven't actually experienced it. Like, and make it simple. Like, if I told you it's going to rain out, have a rain jacket, but I've never actually seen the rain before, it would be weird to explain it to you.
Like, I always, as those of you in evacuation zones, you got to evacuate for the hurricane, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until I lived through a hurricane and went without water for 5 days and power for 2 weeks. I'm like, no, seriously? Like, if you make it through the hurricane, you don't want to be here. Like, it sucks. Like, let's just friend to friend here. Let me tell you, evacuate. Like,
extra level of trust.
Yeah.
But do have, let's jump back to our graphics here, because speaking of earthquakes, so in Japan this past week, 7.6 magnitude earthquake, and a tsunami warning that came in right after that. And that actually caused some pretty decent damage along the coast there. Southern Hokkaido, northern Honshu, that is basically the top of the bigger island and the bottom of the smaller island towards the north there.
Okay.
They did get about a 3-foot high tsunami as well, which that doesn't sound big, but it's pretty powerful.
That is. That's all of that water. What is it? It's like 2 inches of water can already start to move things. You know, so 3 feet
That's enough.
pushing in, like a whole wall of that.
It at the very least can flip over like a boat and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
We got some video actually out of Japan. Now, it's not of the tsunami, but it is of the quake itself. So just sitting there, and then like it's bouncing. Remember, the 7.6 magnitude was well offshore as well. So this just, you know, it really starts to pick up here. I did see some reports of damage in this area. It makes me think, because I was actually driving one time. I went through about a 7.3 in Japan. I was driving a car very similar, a Nissan Cube, to one of these, and I was parked at a red light. Oh. And then the car started going boom, 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 and I was thinking, oh no, my car's broken. And then I look to my side and I see somebody waiting on the sidewalk, and they're just like,
Oh.
And it's just it's a testament to how common it is there, because I went, oh, thank goodness. No. It's not my car being broken.
Oh my God.
Like, we could just get through this. See what happens here. You kind of start to see the shaking taking place. And this was one of the big things about this one. It was one of these long rollers, so there was just this big, just wide swaths of shaking taking place here. And actually right there you can kind of see some of the coat hangers and everything. One thing that they did point out, though, is that this is from the Japan Meteorological Agency, which is, they also deal with earthquakes and tsunamis. They did say this could be a precursor to a larger earthquake, which happened actually ahead of March 11th, 2011. They had like a 7.2, and then the big one happened.
What was that one, like a 9?
That was a 9.2 when it was said and done, which is absolutely ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying, like that. So that makes me nervous. I don't like that. This could just be a precursor.
So hopefully not. But it's that specific fault has a lot of energy bent up in it. Okay. So we're talking about little earthquakes, talking about that right there. Just made me a little hungry, though. I saw the ramen on the menu right there. Oh, look at that.
Good day for ramen, too. It's
right?
chilly.
Especially cold weather. And this took place up there in the north there. You can see a little bit of snow on the ground. And this is probably them evacuating, running to higher ground, which is always a smart thing.
Right, because of the... Gotcha.
But... we're going to come back to a little bit of history, a little bit of weather. We got about 10 more minutes here with you. Just after the break, Lee's going to break down what she just talked to some school kids about.
You're going to learn about Ben Franklin today.
And don't think that, I know about Ben Franklin. Some of the stuff she told me, I was like, what?
I'm gonna teach you something, I promise.
All right, we'll be right back.
Why do we come here? To reach for new heights. To dive to new depths. You can call it a team, even a community. That connection with others. We all deserve that. So why come here? This is why.
Swing into luxury, where golf and community come home. Located in St. John's, Florida, Stillwater is a premier 55-plus active adult community where golf is in your backyard. This bundled golf course community features a championship 18-hole course, top tracer practice facility, and resort-style amenities. Whether perfecting your swing or connecting with neighbors, Stillwater offers the perfect blend of relaxation and recreation. Live where every day feels like a getaway.
Maybe you're new to all this streaming, OTT, on-demand stuff. You need a trusted news and weather source, and we've got you with First Coast News Plus.
That's some pretty serious cold.
Get your most accurate forecast, your weather impact alerts,
heavy law enforcement presence,
extended breaking news coverage,
and that breaking news right now out of Camden County, Georgia,
and exclusive specials, all on your schedule. So download First Coast News Plus and start watching for free.
Are you ready to learn today?
Yes. This is exciting. I even right here, I was like, Lee, what is that? What am I looking at here? It looks like a toothpick.
It does, but that is Ben Franklin's lightning rod. So the kite experiment, if just real quick rundown. He and his son flew a kite. He attached a key to it to try to prove that lightning is an electrical charge. And then when he held his hand near the key, there's a zap of electricity. It proved it. So it proved that lightning can be dangerous. He also discovered this way, and through some other ways too, that lightning and electricity produce heat. And so that's what led to the lightning rod, to prove we need to divert lightning away from buildings, because that's what causes the fire. It's the lightning, and of course the shock that people can feel too, and be very dangerous. So he created the lightning rod, and that is his, that old toothpick looking thing. And of course next to it is our modern day lightning rod, one of many. They come in all different shapes and sizes now.
So Ben Franklin didn't discover electricity then?
He discovered that lightning is electric.
Because I hear that all the time. Ben Franklin discovered electricity. Nah.
No. But lightning and electricity. And he did stuff with electricity that we'll get to now. So
did I go out of order
it's
in your
okay.
slides here?
Don't worry about it. We're not getting to it yet. We're going to go to pressure, because what I like to start or say is that Ben Franklin was the first storm tracker in America. So not the only, of course, like early meteorologist. He's not the father of meteorology, but he realized that there was a big storm in the 1700s that hit Boston. Then a couple days later, it was hitting Philadelphia, but Boston was able to see a lunar eclipse, so it had cleared. That was the first thing that kind of led his interest in this. So he realized that big storm systems move. They, before that, thought they just appeared and then disappeared. So he's the one who realized these storm systems generally move west to east. So, and of course, through that, he was studying pressure. He realized the high pressure is sunny, low pressure storms, and that pressure moves. The low pressure systems will actually move. So he tracked the storms.
Wow. So it's kind of like the start of modern meteorology versus just saying, storm is here. We can actually plot it and see it coming at us. And this is before, even the telegraph or anything like that. So he had to look at all this kind of after the fact. And that,
obviously Ben Franklin invented a ton of things, and he was annoyed with that system. He kind of helped lead into all of that too. He's done so much. We're focusing on weather today. So another thing he did is he realized, or he discovered evaporative cooling. So just for everyone at home, a reminder that when there's evaporation, the temperature cools. And we use that in weather all the time. So I just gave 2 examples out of many. You're welcome to give more, Robert. I just talked about how there's cool wind. When the wind comes down like a downdraft from a storm, it's cooler, having to do with evaporative cooling.
We all know that in the summer.
And then we know... maybe not here locally, but maybe up north. So you get a dry slot in the atmosphere, the rain's falling, it's evaporating, it's cooling, it makes it cool enough to become snow.
I think one of the really simple, and you can do this at home too, experiment is just get an ice cube and don't touch the ice cube, just put your hand near it. Mm-hmm. And that cool air, it's a little bit of radiational cool air, but it's evaporating. It's kind of pushing off onto your hand, and that's a type of evaporative cooling.
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but he also used alcohol and stuff too, things that will evaporate faster, and had it all set up on a thermometer and showed how the temperature just plummeted as it evaporated, and that's what he discovered. And because of evaporative cooling, we today have refrigerators and AC. So thank you for air conditioning. Thank you for preserving our food. Both of those use evaporative cooling, and it was his discoveries that led to those.
I see a sling slichrometer right there. That's the photo, the second to the right. It's kind of in the middle. There's a little handle there. Yes! And this is such old school but basic meteorology. I think that every meteorologist has gone through at some point, is how you measure the dew point. You get a damp towel and that thermometer, and you just start going spinning it around and try not to hit anybody with it.
So the one next to it with the wooden handle, that was his. So they used one with a wooden handle and did the same thing. And so, for all of his studies.
Malcolm, our digital director back there, said meteorological nunchucks.
Nunchucks.
Yes, we got 2 of them at the same time. Watch out.
We need to find some and do a demonstration. But then, so on the other side, he also learned about heat, obviously with the electricity, the sparks leads to heat, lightning rod, but also heating systems. So just HVACs in general. Thank you, Ben Franklin.
I wonder if First Coast News will reimburse me if I buy a sling cyclometer just for this. I'm going to try it.
Worth a shot.
See what happens.
Malcolm, how much time do we have?
5 minutes.
Oh, good. Okay. So there are 2 other things that there's many, but I'm only mentioning 2 more that he either discovered or did that really helped lead to forecasting every day. I already told you them, but do you remember the 2?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't?
Maybe.
Okay, so one of them is
oh yes, I know.
Right off our coast, and it influences.
It's water, right?
It is water.
Okay.
So he didn't discover it, but he mapped it. What is it?
The Gulf Stream, I think is what you told me,
yes,
right?
The Gulf Stream. He mapped it, and I'm not going to show you it next because the next slide gives away both answers. And so he realized that when he would travel to Europe, it would be a faster route. But then coming back, it was a slower route going back to America, and that made him interested in currents. And therefore, then he learned about the Gulf Stream, and he was the first to map it.
I mean, that makes sense, especially in the age of sail. Just from a pure practical standpoint, if you know where the water is flowing faster, you can get to where you need to go faster.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's
currents and wind.
That's a lot of the advancement of science. How can we make our life better?
Yeah, honestly, make it easier. Okay, and then what was the other one? So this is how he discovered something impacted global climate and weather.
I remember this one. We were just talking about this. It had something to do with our story.
Yes, so we're tying it all together. Go ahead, give me the answer.
Well, the volcanic eruptions, right?
Yes.
And how that influences the weather.
So there was a volcanic eruption in Iceland, and he realized that it was cooler than normal in Europe. And he was able to link the 2. And he was one of the first to actually really link volcanic eruptions to global climate. How, for instance, we had the year without a summer because of a volcanic eruption. And so he was one of the first to actually link that.
Wow. And what about the Gulf Stream? So is that his map right there?
So that is his map. That is what he mapped.
That's pretty cool.
So he did a pretty decent job. Of course, now we know it goes around the Gulf and all of that. But yeah.
But just being in a sailboat and probably a dipping bucket or something like that, and just being able to map it out that much, that's impressive.
It is.
All right. I didn't know the volcano eruption. I didn't know about the Gulf Stream. I mean, I know what the Gulf Stream is, but I didn't know he did all this.
Right. I didn't either. When I found out he was the one who mapped it, and he was the one who linked volcanoes. So you've talked about this before, Robert, and we should give him a shout out too. Out of all the founding fathers, usually it's Thomas Jefferson who's linked to weather when it comes to the founding fathers. But now you all at home can also remember Ben Franklin. But real quick, I know this is your stories that you usually do. Tell us about Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, Jefferson's just interesting because he took a lot of weather observations. He didn't really do the research part of this, but he was very meticulous about observing. And what he did was every single day in Philadelphia, he would take a high and low temperature and do the... But anyways, on July 4th, 1776, he usually took his temperature around 3 o'clock, max of daytime heating. He actually took it around 10 a.m., so the weather that day was a little bit cooler than the previous days, and it's because in the afternoon he was busy doing things.
Just dare he
making a new government and stuff. So yeah, cool. I thought I did a story a while ago on that. It was kind of interesting. Our founding fathers, they liked. I mean, a little bit more connected.
Weather
to the weather
impacts everyone,
yes.
So it makes sense. And we know that's why you're watching with us here today, too, because we're all interested in it because it influences so much of our everyday life.
So if you like these type of the show, because we start off with the local weather and we kind of go around, but I love talking about global weather, a little bit of science here with y'all, trying to change things up. And if you want the actual full weather and you prefer just the standard stuff, make sure you watch First Coast News at 5, 6, 7, and 11.
Yeah, but we'll be here for any questions too. Send us your questions. We're here weekly.
All right, have a good day.